Hello, people out there in TV land. It's your host, Pink Jimmy here. What's going on? Digging around down in the dungeon today with my ancient old echoplex and my Kustom K250, and playing that through a 215 silver sparkle cab that I just recently got back. I had sold it to my old friend Cyrus, who was a gifted multi-instrumentalist that I knew many years ago. And sadly, he passed away last summer. And it was weird. I ended up buying my own speaker cabinet back from his daughter, which was kind of, it was neat to see it come home. It was so weird. I mean, I didn't realize I was literally at his house buying it. I was telling the girl that I used to have a friend that lived right in that area, and it turns out that I was talking to his daughter. How weird is that? But anyways, I figured I'd give you guys like a quick run through while I'm dicking around with this, just to hear some of the sounds you can get out of this venerable beast. To give it a little bit of dirt, I'm using my tweaked out super overdrive. I had added a switch, as you can see on the side, to be able to choose silicon, no, or germanium clipping. It's set on germanium clipping right now. You can see where the knobs are set. And then for a guitar, I built this like a while ago. It was actually purple, but I put so much fucking polyurethane on it came out brown. There's like a Filtertron kind of thing in the neck, and then a burst bucker at the bridge. Each pickup has its own push pot for series or parallel, and then there's a 4-way pickup switch on here. Down here on the ground, I made a control pedal for the custom head. First button turns on the fuzz. Second button turns on the filter, which is actually a wah. Third button turns on the reverb. And fourth button turns on the tremolo or vibrato, depending on how you have it set. It's kind of neat because you can actually run vibrato and tremolo at the same time, but in different amounts, which is kind of cool. It's a really nice sound. The reverb, I like it basically pegged with the boost pulled out and the tone most of the way up. The selective boost, I found it most like a wah-wah set up right about where that is there. The fuzz is what I had isolated years ago with Dino and a bunch of other folks on do-it-yourself stomp boxes and put out as the Suzy Q overdrive for Dickie Wagner, who actually liked the thing. It was pretty cool. And then there's basically a 3-band veritone on the top channel and a bright switch that you can pull out. That's on the bottom. You can see it's like I don't really have, it's barely even on. This thing is so loud. Then I got the Plex at the top just to give it a little bit more ambience. And of course there's that EV5 pedal down there. And you can plug that into the back where it says boost pedal and use it as a wah. It's not a great wah. It sounds kind of like a Bespico Weeper, but it's not terrible. I'll kick it on so you can hear it. Let me turn the tremolo off first. So right now the fuzz is on, the reverb's on, and the wah thing is on. I'm gonna set this down so that you can hopefully see something that isn't too glandular or entertaining. channel in parallel. So this is the frequency selective boost. See, it's kind of like a cheesy wah. I'll give it a little overdrive, which may help a little. I'll turn it off. Decent overdrive sound. I'm gonna bring on the fuzz. And again, this amp's like barely on right now. If I turn the wah on, it kind of mellows out the fuzz. The wah is always weak though. It's more like a single voice filter. I'm gonna kick on the vibrato. Turn the vibrato up all the way. Turn it back down about where I had it. Crank the tremolo all the way. Turn the vibrato off. Turn up the speed. I like it real slow. Bring up the echoplex a little bit. A little bit more. Make it up. Split. Little bit more echo. Just the distortion in the amp. Let's turn the filter off. I am way too bored to be fucking even dicking around with this right now. So if I'm that bored, it must be incredibly boring for anybody that's like been crazy enough to watch this bullshit. If it's even running still. Looks like it is still running. So yeah, basically what I had done was the guitar is plugged into the low input on the bottom channel, and the high input's being used as a jumper up to the echoplex. It's basically like using it as a buffer. And then, so that splits the signal off to feed the echo, and then the echo goes back into the other channel. There's actually a lot you can do with this amp. I'm actually thinking about maybe bringing it out to use live sometime. One of these freaking days. I have a lot of problems with my hands because of my neck these days, so I don't play anywhere near as much as I should, or as much as I used to, or as much as I wish I could. But here we are down in the dungeon. Down in the valley below, as they call it. There's that weird tele. Jimmy Photon here. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.